2019 Mountain Dew GSL Super Tournament, Season 1.
We're back at the GSL Super Tournament. We only have 2 players remaining in the round of 16, 7 now in the round of 8. And we're going to close this out with a PVZ because you know what? Nobody likes Terran. No one wants to see that race play.
No, you know what I don't want to see play is Zerg. The C Classic just wipes soO out.
I just want to see Protoss all day.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see, Super has the complete collection of second place GSL trophies.
Oh, yes.
All 6.
soO does.
What did I say?
You called him Super.
I'm getting tired, Artosis. I'm getting old. I'm getting weak.
Super over here playing in soOtournament.
That's right.
Okay, well, soO has got the monkey off his back, right? He won I Am Katowice.
Yes.
It's a very important thing for him. Now,
But he's going up against Classic, who's had a lot of success lately, Artosis.
especially against Zerg.
Yes.
Knocked out Dark and Rogue in GSL Codestin Best of Fives.
He's also gotten that monkey off of his back.
Yeah, his PVZ monkey.
There will be no monkeys on any backs this time around.
Hopefully not. It's hard to play like that.
Let's see what happens in this best of 5. Our first map is going to be, well, don't
You
get
guys
your
know.
airship ready. Let me just put it like that, okay?
Cars, you don't need them.
Yeah.
Unless you're shipping them across the ocean.
Yeah. On nothing other than a boat.
Well, Classic has been so sharp in this matchup lately, but soO obviously has a lot of games that he could have seen of Classic playing.
You can just never count soO out, man. He's so good.
Yeah. Especially after that Katowice win.
Absolutely,
What a run.
man. How crazy out of all the tournaments to win, the one where like everybody in the world is at.
Yeah.
Whoa! This music. This is the kind of music you need for the last best of 5 here. The round of 16, Artie.
Alrighty. I am ready for this. Who do you think takes it, actually?
I think it's Classic, even though soO had that crazy run.
I think soO's going to take it.
Okay, I think there's no wrong answer here.
Well, one of us is wrong.
Yeah, I know, but so far we can't be wrong yet.
Yeah.
Then I can just change my mind later on. I'm a fair weather fan.
Yeah, that's true. 3864. Oh, wow, that's my PIN number.
That's the last 4 digits of my social. Wow.
It's also the first 4 digits. Isn't that crazy?
Classic.
Guys, we're going to be back on tomorrow night, 5 p.m. KST. Feel free to come down to our studio. Make a Friday, or no, a Saturday night of it, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's Friday night right now.
I'll probably have a bigger audience for that. I think that, you know, once you hit that round, very exciting stuff. But, I mean, I guess for matchups, what are we excited about tomorrow? I think,
Well, I think all of them.
specifically Gumiho's stats is going to look cool.
We need to see if the human race can make it to the round of 4.
Yeah. And is Gumiho right now studying up on Maru's mech to use? That'll be very interesting to see what style he brings out against Stats.
Stats has also had a lot of moments where he almost took the trophy, almost took first place, and then kind of got zoned out against many different players. Maybe the Super Tournament is going to be his story of redemption.
He's won a Super Tournament before, so definitely could be. Super Tournament is like, it's such a stacked tournament, such a good tournament, but it's definitely different from the very top tier, you know?
This is the only tournament you guys get to see that is just a multi-day tournament in a short period of time where we cast the entire thing.
Yeah, and for the...
It's pure, uncut tastosis going straight to your dome.
Well, uncut tastosis is very dangerous, as they've learned tonight, especially in that last PvP set.
Your heart might explode.
Yeah.
Your brain might explode too.
People say that we can cast paint drying. After watching that last series and listening to us cast it, I think you take that opinion right back.
Yeah. Some say one of our casts alone could take down a rhino. We'll see if that's true.
Put him right to sleep.
I know. I don't know how many rhinos are watching though.
Well, if only a small percentage of our viewers are rhinos, like 15%. That's like all the rhinos in the world, right? Because they're so endangered.
That's right. Yeah. Well, they're fans of StarCraft is why.
Well, that's why we don't really have esports for rhinos, because like the viewership isn't high enough.
Yeah.
People just say dead game.
Exactly. And the no thumbs thing is another factor as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They do have horns though, so you could get special controllers for those horns.
Did you know a rhino's horn is actually hair?
It's modified hair. It's
Modified
like the same thing
hair.
as a toenail.
Yeah. Did you know that toenail is hair?
No.
That's what I was going to say next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to say.
Yeah.
That's why Tasis goes to the barber to get his toenails cut.
Exactly. It's take my
Like,
feet
what?
off. Yeah.
Sir, no, you got to leave.
And then I look at him dead in the eye and I go, did you know that my toenails are hair? And then he's already on the phone calling the police.
So funny. Oracle opening here. Probably going into a Phoenix right afterwards. I'm so glad that we don't just have a bunch of stuff proxied out in the middle of the map.
What are you talking about? That's the
base
best,
play.
man. Guys like, watch this. It's normal now. Everybody's doing that. But I think in this case, Classic wants to go for something a little bit more straightforward here to start stuff out. He did pocket the Oracle.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because a lot of the time, like, either you'll bring the Oracle out to help a Stalker kill the Overlord, or you'll just send it right across the map. But the fact that he's waiting for 2, this can get you a lot more kills.
Yeah. And this means the Zerg might not be ready.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more gateways coming down behind this with that Twilight Council here.
Okay, flying across, some spores being started immediately. Yeah, it looks like soO's pretty ready, considering.
Nothing here at the third base. He could snipe that one drone. But with 3 queens, I mean, he's going to go right into more shots here from the queens.
Okay, picks off a queen. Not too bad.
You know, I guess you're making do with what you've got, right? I mean, I think he
Yeah.
kind of combed through there and got the kills that he needed to get. Behind us, we have Adept Glaives coming.
And 2 drones and a queen isn't too bad for that first sweep in, and it's not like the Oracles are really damaged.
I also think that for
Not
Classic,
bad.
this is a good follow-up, right? It's going to be very quick damage coming from those Adepts as a Robo comes in. Maybe 1 Immortal and then the Warp Prism here.
Huh.
And you kind of keep those Adepts doing a lot of damage, get those Warp-ins coming, make sure that Immortal does not die under any cost.
And you know what? soO's rushing up to Hydras right now. So if he hits this pretty swiftly, there's definitely a window where the Adepts can do well when you're going Hydras. Baneling Nest on the way. Obviously, Baneling's going to counter Adepts pretty well. Nothing like shading on top of some Banelings. The big clump of Adepts.
It's hard to split Adepts against Banelings. They really are slow units, but let's see how much damage can come out here. I mean, the Banelings nest is not done yet, so we can have Banelings started, and I think on some level this is intended to start hitting, you know, before you can really get enough Banelings out. And, you know, when the initial number of Lings get in the fight, if they don't do enough damage, usually it snowballs for the Protoss. You start warping in, you start getting your split set up.
And look at this. The Adepts coming in with the 2 Oracles. There's a ton of Lings out, a ton more being made. Some Hydras on the way here as well.
Okay.
Ooh, he finishes the shade, actually. Everything has to turn around now.
Yeah, he's got good surface area now in between the hatchery and the extractor.
Everything having a very hard time hitting him, but those Hydras are getting a lot of pot shots off here.
Yep. Still, though, he's going to force these drones to evacuate. Actually, these drones right-click to not mining.
Oh, the second group of Adepts there down at the third. A lot of drones actually ending up falling, but not a ton of units behind this for Classic. I'm a little bit nervous for him for the counterattack.
Yeah,
I want to see what he has at home.
We had a number of those attacking units traded for workers that were killed, but as Artosis was highlighting, a lot of times when that's held off, yeah, then you do get to counterattack, go over there, and that can be tough. But, you know, with the number of sentries I'm looking at now, maybe he's actually just fine.
Yeah.
And it looks like from here he's switched into sentries, immortals, and stalkers, which, you know, banelings are not great against. And in a lot of cases, the banelings, if they're not going to connect, they don't do any damage at all. You can also see that although sometimes a pylon at a third base can telegraph a third base coming there was no such third base. And so instead, Classic is actually going to go with a follow-up push here, kind of a 1-2 punch, and see if he can't do more damage.
Well, he doesn't have that third, so he needs to get the damage done now. It's a okay amount of Hydras. He definitely doesn't have enough to hold this right now, but with Banelings coming out. If he gets a couple good connections, that's huge. Baneling's speed is not going to finish during this battle, though. That is a lot of sentries. Oh, my God.
Oh, only one Bane gets through. A lot of pot shots coming out here for the Protoss.
Some of the Banelings connecting. Sentry is still alive and well, though.
I think Classic might have done it.
Maybe.
This is a lot, and with more adepts coming through here, we're seeing those Zerg numbers begin to thin out. And from there, the last of the Banelings do not connect. And I think we've just seen our Protoss win game number 1. GG.
All right. Classic takes that first game. He's prepped once again very well for this. You know, if he eliminates, I can't wait to see what the community says if he eliminates soO here. And it's like only Gumiho makes it through because he played a Zerg. Oh, man. That is a lot of PvP, though.
Cool technical takedown there by Classic. Initial adept attack, one that was not intended to take out too much of the army. Instead, it was intended to sandbag economically the drone production. Drones had to be remade. You come back with a completely different army. Lots of sentries, immortals, and stalkers, and go for the kill.
We'll see if soO can clean it up a little bit here. King's Cove, our second map. Definitely got a lot of longer games here.
Who's going to rule the Iron Throne here, Ortosis? I think it's going to be Grey Worm.
Wait a minute, though. Is iron made out of silver? I think it is. So that would be soO.
And we all know that iron can float because of Port Alexander. All right. Our game is loading up. soO versus Classic. Game number 2 in the 4th best of 5 tonight. Once we close the series out, tomorrow we go into the round of 8 of the GSL Super Tournament.
Game start. Chivo, soO.
TiVo.
Chivo.
Hold on, guys. I'm just going to have to Chivo those matches. Stop laughing. This is serious business, Artosis.
Classic. Without a team at the moment.
He's going solo. He's going rogue.
Well, Rogue's on Jin Air.
Yeah.
Team that Classic is not.
He's going Jin Air.
No, Jin Air did just pick up Rex for that team tournament. Kind of exciting.
I just saw SKT picked up a Smash Ultimate player that was not Korean.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw it on Twitter,
they
and now
picked
I
up
can't remember his
another
name.
player too. His name, I think, was like his actual name. I don't know who it is, but I guess it's probably quite a good pro.
I know that as I say that, I've probably triggered enough of Twitch chat.
I saw
I like melee. Okay, everybody calm down. Calm down.
They picked up
Put your
Anti
pitchforks down.
as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So kind of interesting to see them branch out a little bit. They just celebrated their 15-year anniversary, you know. SKT.
Has it been 15 years?
15 years.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
When is the next Pylon show, Artosis?
Thursday.
Thursday, coming up. Oh, tomorrow.
What day of the week are we on?
Oh, no, it's not. It's, oh, my God. It's like, what,
yesterday.
Friday?
Yeah.
No, sorry. I normally count
Tomorrow's
my
Thursday.
days backwards. Sorry. I'm tired.
God.
Sorry, day 2 of Super Tournament. Well, I just wanted to ask you that so then I could attempt to sneaky, cheeky, beaky, shamelessly plug the Tasteless podcast, which is out.
Tasteless podcast.
That's
Is
right.
that just a podcast about you?
It's a podcast.
Because if it is,
Mostly
sign
is.
me up.
Be there. You'll find out. Episode 1's out. Episode 2 will be out. Not next week, but the week after. Find it on YouTube.
Every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks. Is that bi-weekly or is that bi-monthly?
That's bi-weekly. It's 2 per month, bi-weekly.
So bi-monthly would be every 2 months?
Yes.
Okay, then let's make it bi-weekly.
Okay. It's every 2 months. I think
Yeah.
people forget about it. It's
Which
like slower than hardcore history and not as good.
Whichever week the podcast is going to swing, that's the week it's going to be there.
Twilight coming up right now for
Yeah.
Classic. Very quick.
Classic already with a lot of success here in Game 1. I think probably a lot of the same ideas here from Game 1, but this time a little bit more deceptively executed here in Game 2.
Quite the forward Twilight. Not going to be able to scout that gateway on the way. We did see him utilize something like this against Dark.
Now with something that's deceptive also comes momentum. Assuming that soO hasn't already intuited what might be coming his way. A lot of times it's recommended that you don't do the same strategy to a player 2 times in a row, but to do the same idea twice but in a slightly different executed pattern can really throw a player off. You know, it's why we make these guys play several times in a row, is that it's not just one game to decide who's better. You have to have a pretty wide range of play styles on different maps to come out on top.
Best of ones don't mean a whole lot in StarCraft.
Yeah, unless you beat somebody way better than you, and then it means everything.
Yeah.
And that's when you can say you retired and you don't want to play, or that you have to go meet your girlfriend or boyfriend, or just some other excuse to basically belittle the other person. That's when you got to do it. Come on, give me a rematch. I can't. I got a life. I don't. Yeah.
All right, he finds us, but a little bit late. Doesn't seem like he's going to be able to do too much with it.
Is that one adept stuck over there?
No. The probe, I think, is just blocking them right now. I'm pretty sure those get right out.
Baneling's Nest about to finish.
Yeah, that's very important here. Lings alone will not be able to hold this. It's just 34 drones. Oh, my God.
I don't think this is going to work at all.
No, he's not got that many adepts right now.
What I think we need is to have more buildings here in the middle of the map by Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 8 adepts now. He's fighting against 5 banelings.
Watch this.
Okay.
I'm fine. Just but a flesh wound.
Well,
now what?
I think the rush is over. You keep going. There's 37.
I don't know what you're supposed to do from here. It's kind of hard to do anything with the depths. Once there's enough banelings out, you can't snipe them.
Well, they're so bruised, too. Look at that. All right, Sentries and Immortals on the way. It looks like he wants to bust in.
Now, keep in mind, this is very fast banelings for the Zerg, so maybe just like in Game 1, the second follow-up push was what was really strong. Maybe it's going to be that same story here in Game 2.
Well, he's doing a counterattack. We might actually get into a base trade. Because he's going to bust that wall and get in with Tasis, wait for it, and Artosis Lings.
Huh?
It's a really big number.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, really big.
All right. Can one Stalker hold off all of this? The answer, I believe, is no.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. If he just tries hard enough, if he goes to his vision board.
Well, good building placement there.
Well, I feel like there's just everything's going to be killed too quickly here for Classic, right?
He's losing a lot of probes to this.
The adept number is starting to add up here. The probes are being pulled away.
I think it might be
the Nexus is still there.
Yeah, that one adept at the top of the minerals was such a hero. All those Lings were on like some sort of move command where they were glitching the whole time, so he lost like 10 extra Lings there for free. Okay, well, he lost a lot of probes, but his army is still looking pretty strong overall.
Well, what can you do here? You're going to have to zone out those banelings there. Of course, baneling speed's not done, so you can actually snipe without too much difficulty these units here. Oh man, he wasn't watching his natural. Oh, no!
Oh, my God. The wall was just not even plugged. Not a very cheesy, aggressive game today, huh?
Yeah, this has been very different from yesterday.
Well, yesterday everyone had all this honor and stuff. They were going for sick unit comps and playing macro games. But then Parting came into the GSL Super Tournament, and from there on, everyone's like, "Oh, we can play like that. We don't have to play like Maru and Stats and Gumio and Dark."
We started out with Beowulf, and by the end, we were with Batman versus Superman. I think is how it went. Well, this is such a weird game.
It is. I love that building placement, though.
Yeah.
Where he just sits it all in a row and Lings can't do anything.
Yeah. It's the fuggliest, best defense you could ask for.
No, the fuggliest, best defense you could ask for is that terrible wall at his natural. It's now 3 pylons in a zigzag. It's like he's trying to spell something.
He's playing Connect 4 at his base. Oh. Well, this is going to take a while, and I think before those Lings can get in there, we're going to see damage begin to mount over here. And the thing is, if soO loses any of his bases, I think he's out of the game, right?
Oh, he's very low on drones still. He definitely does need the production because he's on Link Bane for the most part, but Like, Classic doesn't really have anything going on other than the army as well. Neither of these guys are ready to go into air armies, let me say, okay?
Yeah.
God.
Unable to drop those units out before the attack here. So many force fields.
It's funny that he's saying the force fields because it was such a donut. Maybe you could just hit the stuff in the center of the donut.
It's like that GIF.
Yeah.
The guy with the sunglasses.
It's amazing.
I don't know. Does he actually have enough lings? I think the lings are going to be gone, and then these immortals kill everything, right? Right? If you pick them up, if you micro them.
That is true. Lose everything, and then the immortals kill everything by themselves. It's a pretty standard story.
Yeah. Oh! This is so brutal.
Well, continuing to warp in units here to help.
He doesn't get enough adepts or something to try to fight this. He's not going to have enough to hold this off.
Yeah.
2 immortals for days.
Will eventually cut through everything.
Go! Oh my God! He's trying to get on the other. Can he go on the other side of the rocks, maybe?
Oh, he lost one.
All right.
Oh, he lost both of them.
That's the kind of
Quick,
play-by-play.
Chrono Boost an immortal, quick! Now he's doing it with the adepts like they're immortals, but they aren't.
Yeah, look at how terrible these units are. Their shots have to connect with the target for it to do damage.
They don't do a huge amount of damage either.
Yeah.
Well, against Lynx they do.
GG, we're tied up 1-1.
Okay. So, Classic's so aggressive there. soO just barely holding on.
All right.
Automaton going to be our next map.
Game 3 is just around the corner. Classic, you know, the idea of the attack was similar, but soO was ready. He had those Bailings. Those adepts weren't able to do much of anything. Bit of a tug of war in the middle of the map as both armies collided into each other, but there were enough Ravagers there and enough Lings reinforcing that eventually the adepts fell. You can juggle immortals all you want all day. It's not going to be enough to match that onslaught of Zerg units.
Yeah, it's just enough to overwhelm completely, which is kind of how you have to fight against immortals. That or Broodlords.
We're now ready. I don't know, man. A lot of this has been coming down to whether or not Classic's initial strategy is going to work. Can he do enough damage?
Sounds like Protoss matchups.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Okay, the game is loaded up. The winner of this best of 5 will be the last player to sneak into the round of 8 of the Super Tournament.
Game start. Chivo, soO.
What's a Chivo?
It's a team.
Oh, my bad.
It's that bullhead thing. Those are Chivos, Tastes.
Yeah.
They live in Europe.
Classic.
They can scale mountains very well.
Yeah. Looks like a Minotaur or something. I don't know.
Well, you say that, but you haven't seen the rest of its body.
Well, I mean, I see soO, right?
Do
He's
Minotaurs
Chivo
have
soO.
Do Minotaurs have hooves for feet, or do they have human feet? There's a question that nobody's really sure of. Somebody's on Google. Oh, I found a drawing of a Minotaur, and now I know the answer.
So
okay.
hold on, they've got a bull's head
They got a bull's head for sure.
and a human body.
Well, they've got
Yeah, no, they have human feet.
nice manly pecs and a quality washboard abs. But
they
we don't
wear
know what
shoes?
kind of feet they. I don't know. If I could see their shoes, if they were shoes that were made for hooves, then I'd know.
How clean is the labyrinth?
It's dirty.
Imagine if they have human feet, but like the guy that owns the Minotaurs puts horseshoes on them. Like, ah! Like,
Well, that's
no,
how
you get a horse
that's
head,
how
it's
they
fine.
that's how they avoid athlete's hoof.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm asking the important questions before the game really picks up.
That is an important question.
Yeah. Well,
The thing is, we know so much about centaurs, but not about Minotaurs.
well,
as much.
centaurs have been getting a lot more attention lately in pop culture, where Minotaurs are kind of old hat. They're even old hat in video games.
Minotaurs-
That's all King's Quest, you know. Now
Yeah.
it's all about centaur armies.
It's all about PlayStation 2 nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Minotaur is just in like one story, right? He's like in the labyrinth.
It's in the
that's it.
labyrinth, man.
Whereas Centaurs are like a whole race. The Minotaur is just one monster.
And that guy brings a ball of string into the labyrinth, and I just want to point out how big was that ball of string? Because we're talking about either the smallest labyrinth I've ever seen where you shouldn't have been able to be lost in that at all, or this guy has like a medicine ball-sized ball of string.
Yeah, it would be big. It would be really big. But I mean, it could be very thin string, like thread. We don't know the actual translation from ancient Greek for thread, okay? So they just wrote string, but it was probably thread.
Yeah.
Because then he can carry more of it in a smaller amount. It wasn't rope. That's for sure.
It was a chain.
It would be that would be funny because it just drags behind him, so when he turns around and follow it back, it's like right there.
It's a good thing this labyrinth is the size of a small bathroom. Now we'll be able to get back in time.
Stalker coming out
with a robo. But if it isn't our old friend, the Twilight Council, Artosis.
Archon drop incoming.
DT drop. Is he going to try to do a fast one? Going to go for one of those just cheap DT rushes where you're just like, ah.
I think it's smart if it doesn't get scouted. You send the DTs in first, see what they can do, and then make the Archons. Because every now and then you just win the game with those first DTs.
And that's the best kind of win, right?
Yeah.
Is the one where every now you just win?
Yeah. You feel like you're good, but it doesn't mean much.
That's not what I tell myself when I win.
Well, that's because you use DTs too much, Jason.
That's right, yeah. I'm addicted to DTs.
Like, oh, this has to mean something if it's the only thing I do.
That means I'm better than you.
Whenever I lose to DTs, to be fair, that's what I say out loud. I
That's
say, wow, you must be better than me.
I lost because you're better than you. Or yeah.
Hey, you couldn't see your invisible units. Whoa, you outplayed me. That's what it is. It's pretty clear.
Okay, so the Warp Prism is now moving out. Dark Shrine, good scout there by soO.
Oh, this is kind of cute because he's bringing the Adepts, so he might be able to trick him a little bit. Right? You bring out the Adepts, and it's like, oh, is he doing some Adept harassment?
Oh, maybe you want to go in there, like go into the main and then shade into the Naturals, and behind that you're actually making DTs?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go! All right, here comes the shade, and look at this, he's going to split him up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I better keep my Adepts alive because that's all I have going for harass. Not really.
Spore over here.
Oh, I didn't see the Spore, I'm sorry.
He's like,
all right. Well, they better draw straws. One of those units can't fit in there.
3 kills on that DT.
Well, I got to say, soO's handled this very well. And, you know, every time he tries to come in here and do a little bit more damage, those are not Archons.
No.
And, you know, when you send one DT off like that, you're only going to get one Archon.
Now, I like this counter by soO. The fact that he's going directly into Hydralisk Stem. Because against the type of army he's fighting, right, like, you're always going to see Immortals backing this up. You're always going to see, or generally, I'll say, because Hurricane mixed it up quite a bit with this opener, where he went into a much more macro-esque game. But a lot of times you want to get aggressive after this opening. Wow, nice little counter there.
Okay, nice micro here. Really cleaning out a lot of these links. There is going to be a follow-up attack here from Classic, where he's going to try to come in here, and actually, I guess it's not even going to be the fall. He's going to go for it right now. Wow. Really trying to put pressure, and some of this is in response to the fact that the Lings are actually outside of the natural, but he loses both Archons, and that Warp Prism is so close to death.
You know, he got a lot of Queens there, but I think it was a little bit of an overextension.
It's not worth losing the Archons, no.
I don't think so. He was trying to get a little bit too much done there. Bit of greed. Of course, don't forget his third did get canceled. So he's going to try to retake. But now he's playing against Hydra. A little bit tough. Like, you can fight against Hydra with this set of units, but you are eventually going to want to get into Psystorm if the game's going to go long. Funny drops, like a DT and a Zell-off.
You know, this game started out very weird with the kind of harass. I mean, we basically never cast a game that's looked like this, right? Where it's like sort of like some of the DTs are going around, kind of doing damage, loses the Archons, War Prism very low on HP. Already this harass is not going the way that Classic would have ideally wanted it to go. That doesn't mean that Classic's going to lose, but it's been a bumpy ride. And soO is pretty good in these unique situations.
Yeah. Again, he's getting a pretty good unit set. Looks like Templar Archives is on the way, but we'll see what soO's plan is here. He is still making Hydras, so we could see him just hit an attack before Storm's out.
Yeah, the Hydras, if they get high enough in numbers, are actually, I mean, the Immortal is no threat to them.
They gun down the Archons pretty quickly as well, which allows Lynx to do well. Oh, he's actually making a big clump of Roaches.
Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay.
Yeah, like I saw him making the Roach Warren, and I don't mind like Hydra Roach as kind of a roaming comp that you can get some done with, but you know, obviously that's going to make the Force Fields and the Immortals a little bit better than Stormy. Look at where he's building all his stuff on the side of his base, by the way. Isn't that so weird? Look at his building placement.
Yeah.
He's got like a strip mall.
It's an outdoor shopping mall over there.
Yeah.
Well, Classic's going to try to push up here. Let's see if the unit composition that Classic went for is going to be healthy against what soO's mustered. soO's at 150, so he's super close to just spiking right up to being maxed out. There's a lot of Lings on the map. Now, Protoss has a decent number of sentries, but not so much that you can be wasteful with force fields.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes just coming from behind here with Lings is all you need to do. Oh, man, no Archons there.
Kill.
The Templars killed before they could even morph.
The Archon Zealot drop comes in, so
I know.
A little bit annoying there.
Good job to cancel there and try to get away. Those Hydras can't catch up in time.
End up picking off a lot of those Lings, but still worth it, I would say.
You know, we're still waiting for soO to take a fourth base. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go home, guys. Sorry, I'm not casting that well. He's already getting a fourth base right now, which is important here. But soO, again, very close to maxing out. And let's see what he can do with this. I mean,
is a lot of units.
Storm is done as well, but I don't see a Templar in that army, right?
Yeah, he has one Templar, and he just warped in 2 more. So he has maximum 1 Storm at the moment.
All
Maximum.
right, 4 Ravagers coming here. Again, not very many force fields available, so the Zerg can kind of just come in here punching.
Yeah, let's see what he can get done. All right, the Storm comes out. He'll have a couple more in a little bit here.
Yeah, pretty good Storm there.
Yeah.
I don't feel like these Immortals are able to be utilized as well because they're kind of stuck in this narrow area. You know, once the Immortals start to take damage, remember, they don't have a War Prism over them right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, as long as his units can get over there and hit them, the Immortals will go down.
Yeah, all the Templars get picked off there. So very painful moment for Classic, just fighting with his Immortals and whatever warp it's.
This is some Roach justice coming in over here. Well, I say that, but, you know, eventually none of these Immortals are going to die, and then all the Roaches are going to be taken out. It's like, wow, these are just really the best units in the game. See, just like this. Look at that.
Oh
wow. Look at that.
That is just crazy.
There are Zerg players watching this actually having a stroke right now.
Like, see?
Protoss! Wow. Why do I ever, when there's enough Immortals out, ever say that the Zerg's going to win that fight?
Because he had, like, nothing else, and all the Immortals were really low on health.
Exactly. I should never have said it.
You were foolish.
I was a real fool for saying that. 5 Immortals, mostly without any HP. Protoss is fine.
That's when they're actually at their best, because you think you can finish them. They don't call us Immortal for
then all those
nothing.
stupid units like the Sentries and the Stalkers and the Zealots are out of the way, and the Immortals can just do their job.
Ooh, that's a good unpower right there, isn't it?
Uh-oh. We must protect the holy pylon. That pylon is like the fountain of youth for all of the Protoss buildings.
It makes them younger?
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. See? Oh,
like
my
that.
wrinkles.
Fountain of youth pylon.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Well, it's 5 Immortals, so we know that nothing in the game can beat that.
Well, it's even more than that. It's 8 Immortals now. 8 Immortals, 6 High Templar. I wish he just didn't have those Zealots. He has 11 Zealots somewhere. He should just let them die.
It could be 7 maxed out Zerg armies of just Roaches, and it's still a game of chance for those Zergs. We're just not sure. You know, the Immortal is like the only unit that's like a, it's so tough, it's like an action movie from the late 90s. Yeah. You know, like when Steven Seagal would like break the neck of 30 guys on a train over a 2-hour film. That's like the Immortal, you know?
We have the Sylvester Stallone immortal, the
Eventually it's
Schwarzenegger
one
immortal, the Bruce Willis immortal.
It's just one immortal left. The Bruce Willis immortal that's still bleeding to death. He puts his immortal gun down and fights the Roach hand-to-hand combat.
That's
ultimately knocking the Roach off of a building.
yes.
That Roach with the Russian accent. Yeah, that's what this unit is.
The times looks.
Hey, look at me, I'm one of you. Nope, nope.
All right, here comes soO again.
I don't think that soO's going to break this.
No,
You know, he took that gold base.
Well, there's Storm and Immortals everywhere. There's 10 Immortals and 8 High Templars.
You know, eventually, all these armies are going to push all the other armies across the map, and then eventually, as they've cornered them all, close in on that gold base and kill it, win the game.
You are from the future.
Yeah.
Modern day John Teeter. All right. He's getting ready to push those armies back and kill the gold base.
Yeah, he's just going to keep closing in. They're everywhere. The Protoss is the Zerg now.
Ooh, brutal force fields.
The Zerg's like, we got to escape to our home planet, Charsar. Infinite Protoss numbers won't be able to wipe us out. They're everywhere. If only we can survive without losing all of our Zerg buildings for the first 30 minutes, maybe we can escape. But uh-oh, Classic's in charge. Yeah. There's too many Immortalines coming out.
That 12 Immortals here. Oh my god.
Wow. Look at that. Some more storms, please. No, he's like, I'll save my energy. I need to power a small city with the rest of these Templars. And it ends just as it started. 5 Immortals with almost no HP, ultimately turning the fight. Well, what is this music? All right, for a second it was just, yeah, I'm digging it. Wow.
Classic leading 2-1.
Don't mess with Immortals, guys. Classic, you hear him making Immortals, you better lock the door and close the blinds, my friend.
I thought it was interesting when he hit that huge Roach plume and then attacked. It seemed like the attack was going to work, so maybe that's why he did it. He thought that he was going to have a timing there that was going to work out, but then he was kind of stuck in that unit composition.
Watch, there's no doubt going to be some threat on the internet. Tasteless clearly thinks the Immortals are balanced. It's about time he finally had the courage to talk. Finally, Tasteless. You're very brave. You're so very brave.
Yeah. All right, let's see a cannon rush.
Let's
Finish
do
this
it.
day off in style.
Nope. I want my 5 Immortals.
You can do that after a cannon rush.
You can do that right immediately after a cannon rush, actually. Okay, new repugnancy is map number 4. Stu needs to turn this around, or Classic is going to be the last player to advance into the round of 8 and move on to our games tomorrow in the GSL Super Tournament.
All right, bring me there, Tasteless.
All right, join me. Artosis, climb onto my back. We're flying into game 4. When it's done loading. Here we go.
Game start.
Okay, we've
Here
landed
we are.
Artosis.
Whoa.
Let me put away my
Who's
wings.
Chivo, soO,
Yeah, sorry, I got to change my voice when I say their names.
Who's that, Tasteless?
He's.
Classic.
That actually sounded like you.
Thank you.
You didn't change your voice at all?
Yeah. Right now with the hairstyles in Korea, I feel like we are just 2 days off from the hair covering up the players and people losing more war prisms. I mean, the hair is dangerously close to going over the eyes.
It's getting long. It's haircut season right now.
That's right.
Put your money into barber stock.
Yeah. The barber stock.
Yeah. So, which attack is Classic gonna do this time? And is soO gonna have enough roaches?
Look at this. He's like, I saw soO do this.
SOS, you mean?
I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at casting, guys. Does Tasteless get to strike out every once in a while?
Yes, of course.
All right, canceled. Haha. April Fool's, soO. He's like, I didn't even think you were going to cannon rush.
Yeah. Sent the drone to make sure. It's fine. And now we wait.
What is that, a sheep?
Where?
Oh, never mind. I thought it was a critter. It wasn't. I'm starting to see
This
things.
is the map with a dog on it, right?
I think so.
Remember the panda bear guy?
Of course.
People love that.
Yeah, I know. That was a long time ago.
That was a very
Some of the young kids are like, I don't know what you're talking about, old man. They're like, whatever, old man. F you, old man. And I'm like, whatever, son. My memes back in the day were also pretty sick.
They were
pretty.
They were, as you would call them, dank.
They were pretty. You would call them dank. We would call them L33T. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
1337.
Lead gaming. Oh, F you, old man. It's all about the 2019 memes. He has this, the nerd says, this leather jacket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on. I get out my old record player and show him a good Broodwort game from the year 1999. He goes, oh, man, these are amazing. Whoa. You're crazy. I mean, F you, old man. But, oh, wow. I can't believe you have these replays on vinyl, old man. Oh, F you, old man.
I'm gonna call you old man in every sentence.
It's gotta be F you in there too. Like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever, old man. Like, you don't even know. He's gonna go for Phoenixes. Phoenix.
Well, at least one push back the Overlord, right?
Well, that's all. Phoenixes for now. I'm not wrong.
I'm technically not wrong.
Yeah. And Adept's like, I'm technically not dead either.
Yeah. Technically right is the best type of right.
Yeah. Well, that Overlord's going to die.
Yeah.
And then Metabolic XP is going to get done. See? And see, if I hadn't said that Overlord was going to die, you wouldn't have known for sure.
I thought he might just move the Phoenix away.
Yeah. That was just for the one deaf and blind person here that had somebody who was telling them what I was saying through some other means. I don't know. I gotta go. I'm out of here, man.
That's all right.
I'm on my last set of legs here.
It's
In this cast.
He's making Baneling Nest here.
Yeah, you're damn right he is.
So it seems like it's a defensive one. Maybe he thinks the depths are going to be the flavor of the day once again, but it's actually one of these 2 Stargate Phoenix builds. But he's playing against Lings, not Roaches, right? So I feel like soO is just fine.
A little bit of misclicks there. Looks like it's going to barely get away. Nice.
5 kills. Really nice. Really nice.
Woohoo. Looks like I was right again. I was more right than we even thought I was.
Yeah. I didn't think you were right at all, so being right even a little bit would have been more than that.
That's what we call right with a capital R, my friend.
Let me write that down with a capital W.
This is why we're the best. This
Wow, that's a third that's not going to work.
no.
That is not going to work out. There are so many Lings out right now. It'd be a very easy cancel for him. He's got to figure out what's going on first.
Well, that Ling won't get the answer.
That's so funny. Those things are just sitting there waiting to catch any Lings. Phoenixes still haven't been shown. Lots of Banes being made. He really thinks this is going to be an Adept attack.
Yeah, well, those Lings and Banes haven't moved out yet, but once they do, I can't imagine the third base staying. I think if he loses the third base, it's not the end of the world, though.
Yeah, no, he's still got a lot of play because of the Phoenix count. But with this many Banelings, you might be able to just bust the front. I'm not sure.
All right. The Banelings are like, we better sneak away here.
Oh, he might have seen that out of the corner of his eyes, but I think he probably didn't because he's microing Phoenixes right now.
Now, even though he's going to be able to get that third, I think. Actually, he's not. But while that's happening, these Phoenixes are killing off so many workers.
Well, he's
Is
just
he
gonna
watching?
bait the front.
Is he watching? Not bad. He buys a little bit of time. The Lings are going to come down now and try to get that Nexus, and I believe there's nothing here to defend, right?
Yeah.
Oracle is not going to be enough to cut it.
Has like no energy left anyways. So third Nexus goes down, but he lost 11 drones during all this. Don't forget, his drone count's not that high anyways, because he's made so many links. Still a lot of links being made. Hydraless Den on the way.
Well, that was a lot of workers that were killed off there. I mean, losing the third, again, isn't the end of the world, but is there enough damage that he could actually just pop the entrance open? Because right now it's kind of a, you know, a barricade that's up. I keep some of the damage out, but if those lings were to actually get any surface area, I mean, there's no Warp Prism, right?
Well, I think what he's going to do is wait for the army to come out. He forced the third to go away, so, I mean, you got to eventually come out of your base. You don't just sit there forever.
Does this force the Protoss to then just go into a 2-base timing attack here?
Yeah. And I think it's going to be a Colossus one.
I think you're right, especially that support bay.
He can make a third Nexus while he does this, though, because if he's going Colossus tech, it's going to take a long time to get that Colossus out.
Sure.
So you may as well just expand. But it's a good tech choice. It's like a kind of a rare situation where a Colossus seems like the right choice, but I would definitely say so here.
Well, especially when you have all these flimsy Zerglings here. A couple of Colossi sprays are really going to whittle that number down. Okay, well, you were never meant for this world, Baneling. Third base coming. And the War Prism's going to come out here and try to do a little bit of harass.
See what he can get done. Hydras are popping out, so he's going to be careful with that Prism as well. Just gets out of there. She's going after the Queen right now. Okay, he's going to see the Hydras. You know, this is, like, how many Colossus do you think he waits for in this situation?
I think it's 2.
I think 2?
I think so, yeah. I think he comes out with that amount.
Right.
I think he keeps a little bit back at home. The only thing about when you have this many Zerglings is you're probably not going to go for a fight. You're going to go for a counterattack. If you do go for a fight, I think 2 Colossi just melt everything.
I think a lot of it has to do with the force fields as well, right? He's got 6 sentries. The thing is, Colossus armies are in a very tight ball.
Yeah.
So it's like a silly thing, but once Baneling speed is done, if you actually get your Banelings in, you can kill everything. Because the Colossus stack on top of units. So the Baneling Splash, even though it's not doing like a ton of damage like it would against light units, it'll still do a lot. So we got to see like really perfect force fields. soO has to be very careful where he takes in any engagement.
Okay, again, these Phoenixes really forcing a bit of a balancing act here for the Zerg, where he has to have enough drones to keep production up. We know there is going to be an inevitable timing attack here. You don't just want to sit back and stay on Colossus and try to max out, I don't think.
No.
Right? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So.
Colossus have a shelf life.
There you go.
That's the
what we're
first time
talking
he
about.
sees him, I think. Now, I think he'll throw down a Spire, but there's already Void Rays on the way.
And behind this, he goes for Void Rays as they're trying to get tech countering going. Wow, look at this.
No Spire actually on the way. Yeah, he's making a lot of Lings and Banes right now. Just going to try to overwhelm it, I guess. Spreading his units quite a bit. Look at this. Defensive mode initiated. Templar Archives on the way. Archons / Psystorm will make this army so much better. But as of right now, like, as long as he sits in a defensive stance, I think he can hold.
Oh, I don't know about this angle, though. Yeah, if he can get those shots to spray to the left there. Oh my God. Beautifully held here so far by Protoss.
The force field's so important here to keep everything off of his Colossi.
Now he just needs to go up to the top. By the way, you know, with soO having the Queens out here, he says now or never.
Yeah, he is going for it. Colossi still at very high health, though.
I don't think he has enough, the Zerg does. I mean, these Colossi are just so safe, and there's Immortals in the front. Look at that, he even micros the Void Ray away.
Yeah.
Oh, what? There's Lings down here? Doesn't matter. I'm not impressed.
And in come the Phoenixes. Oh my God, I wasn't even aware those were still around.
GG. Classic moves on.
And he eliminates the last Zerg from the tournament.
More Protoss.
Right.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of PvP tomorrow, it turns out. I thought 2 today was a lot. It wasn't.
It's not enough.
It's only a little bit.
Well, guys, we don't have any interviews. These players, we don't want to know what they think. Okay, that much is for sure.
Well, I definitely don't want to know what soO thinks after that.
Yeah.
We would have to bleep out most of it, I think.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. Thank you guys for joining us today.
And make sure you join us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll show you these epic matchups in a moment. Some crazy PvPs coming up. SOS Zest, that's a great one. That's a classic.
Damn right.
Classic versus Patience. It's like someone who's occasionally the best PvP in the world against an underrated, kind of crazy Protoss player. Huh.
We're in for a treat tomorrow.
Hurricane Parting, though, that'll be good. You're going to see at least one cannon rush in that game.
Yes. Going to be one immediate forage in that game. So we're going to be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. I know it's earlier than when we normally start for a GSL, but the Super Tournament tends to take longer. We're going to have, again, 4 more best-of-5s. And then the very next day, we have the Final 4. So we do, it's best-of-7s, right? All best-of-7s? Okay.
Best-of-7 round of 4, and then finals
Yes.
best-of-7. No third place.
And, of course, if you want to come down to our studio and watch those games live, it's free. There's no online ticket, whatever. You just show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going to be a nice, fun couple of days coming up.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going to match right away the day one. I want Gumio to make a deep run, though, I got to tell you.
Okay, here's the results so far for our mostly Protoss side of the bracket.
Mm-hmm. Well, now all Protoss.
Oh, yeah,
side.
excuse me, it's all Protoss. Like the way God intended it.
That's right.
The way the Lord wanted it.
They're the chosen race,
yes,
right?
that's right.
As far as I can tell.
Leading us to the round of 8, excuse me. But, yeah, at least half of them are going to go to the round of 4.
Mm-hmm. Exactly half of them.
Yeah, no way to cut that.
No. Well,
so,
one of those guys is in the finals.
Yeah, that's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Stats,
so
Gumio.
there is, oh yeah, look at that.
All right, so 7 Protoss.
There's no Zergs, yeah.
No Zergs. Dark, Rogue,
yes.
Solar, and soO. We're all in this tournament.
And listen, guys, I know you're all rooting that Gumio is going to get eliminated because we want more Protosses to advance, okay? But I hope that some of you will show up and at least cheer for Gumio, okay?
Can I just say that
there's nothing wrong with at least having one Terran advance to the Final 4 of the Super Tournament.
But what I really want to see is the Hurricane Patience finals.
Yeah.
For me, wow. Wow, that would be a finals.
That would be a privilege.
Watch.
So
the
if you needed to figure out how to play PvP, well, get your build order notebooks ready because tomorrow is going to be a day for you.
Yeah. Fitting day indeed. Learning all that PvP. I hope Stats Gumio is really, really good.
I hope it's terrible. And I hope the rest of the PvPs are awesome. Yeah. That's what I want to have. Artosis has his kind of weird agenda of like, wow, I hope all these games are exciting and fun. Not me.
That's silly.
I want only the PvPs to be enjoyable and good.
We might be able to do that for you.
I think we can pull it off.
We have a few very different Protoss players in there.
Yes.
SOS, Patience, and Parting really come to mind as players that can do some crazy things in these series tomorrow.
It might be the same matchup, but it's going to be very different games. So we're halfway through the Super Tournament. I love doing this tournament.
Yeah, it's very much fun. And, well, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have anything else to say, guys. Thank you for joining us.
See you guys tomorrow.
We'll be back at 5 p.m. KST. See you tomorrow as we continue with the GSL Super Tournament.
Don't you come back no more.